Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Good morning if you're watching it in the morning, good afternoon if you're watching it in the afternoon, and good evening if you're watching it at night. All right guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for those who have been supporting me, who have been liking, commenting, subscribing and sharing to their friends. So today we're going to be talking about the last part. We are rounding up on the series we started a long time ago on how to drive in the UK. You know, if you've been following my series all this while, you know that we have been doing a series on how to drive in the UK, part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. So today is the last part 4 of driving in the UK. So just fasten your seatbelt and enjoy the ride. So if you've not watched the part 1, which is driving in the UK with international driver's license as an international student, dependent or a tier 2 holder, please just rush back to my video and watch the first part before you continue here. If you've not watched the second part, which is getting a UK provisional license, I said just rush back again and watch the second part before you continue here. And if you've not watched the part 3, which is applying for a UK theory test, just slide back the previous video before we continue. Okay, so if you've watched the first part, second part and third part, this video is for you. So we're going to be talking about how to apply for a UK practical test and tips on how to pass it at once. All right, because a lot of people keep failing UK practical tests in driving. Yeah, you know, when I was class sitting on how to drive, you know, the rules and everything, sometimes I went to the driving test center. I would see people who just finished their driving test. Some people, their face has scar face. Some people are so angry. You know, some people couldn't hold their tears. They'll just be crying. I was like, oh my God. You know, it just scared me a little bit, but until I mastered the tricks and it helped me. Okay, the first thing most, if you want to apply, you need to go to gov.uk and type apply for, or rather book for practical driving test. And the price is £62. If you want to do your test during the weekday, it's £62. Then if you want to do it during the weekend, in the evening or bank holiday, it costs £75. And the only documents you need to apply for it is your provisional license, a driving license number, and your theory test certificate number. All right guys, so as you also may know, you need to apply to a test center close to you, so that because you need to be there 15 minutes before the test actual time. So now let's talk about how do I pass a practical test. All right, but before then, there is this app, because a lot of people are finding it difficult to get a test date nearer. So what people do is there is a trick about that. You know, there is an app called Cancellation Test app. So this app, you go on either Play Store or Apple Store, you download it and you pay around £17. So what this app does is it helps you to bring your test dates nearer, instead of, because when I applied for mine, I was seeing dates only 5 months, 7 months ahead. There was no available dates. So don't allow this to discourage you. Just apply any date, even apply in any center, even if it's in England, you know, in Wales, in Scotland. Okay, you can then use this app to bring you to the test center one close to you and a date of your choice, but you're gonna pay for it. All right, so you have to set enable auto booking for yourself and just pick the dates you want and the timing and the center. So this app will help you to book the nearest date automatically through DVLA straight away, so you don't need to stress yourself. Okay, all right, so now the thing is, what did I do to pass my test once? Okay, like I shared in my last video, I said that it is good to have your own car. If you have your own car, it will help you, believe me, because you'll be driving on time. That is why if you have plans of driving the UK and you already know how to drive from your country, once you enter the UK, try and buy a car immediately, because then you are legally obliged to drive with an international license. So as as the first may be, you could be driving and learn the rules, the driving rules, the road rules, and the traffic rules. Okay, so you need to learn the road signs, the road markings, and the traffic signs. That is why in my previous video on theory test, I told you to practice the theory test up very, very well, because if you master this, to be honest, it's going to help you in your driving test. All right, and one thing I do tell people is, when you are practicing for a driving test, don't say I'm going to be driving standard way prior to the, maybe let's say 3 days to my my driving test. No, I keep telling people, let every day of your driving, whether you have your own car or you're using an instructor's car for your lessons, make sure you drive in a standard way, you know, observing the speed limit, the road signs, the road markings. Master these things is going to help you. And another tip I used was, I constantly, every day, I was watching videos on YouTube. Don't think you know it all. There are a lot of silly mistakes drivers make. There are acquired mistakes people make when they started driving. You know, people be using one hand to drive. Did you know that for you to drive, there is a way you have to put your hand on the steering control? All these things, you know, how to watch the mirror, the signaling. Do you know that you have to check the rear mirror first, then the mirror of the direction you want to signal to before you navigate? So there are rules that guides a lot of things in this country, because they want you to know how to drive in a standard way. They're not expecting you to be a professional in your driving, but they are expecting you to observe the standard driving rules. I will advise you every day, watch YouTube videos on how to park on the bay parking, reverse parking, pulling over, steering control, move off safety, you know, signaling left, signaling right, how to do emergency stopping. They are very, very important. Change of direction, use of mirror for change of direction, use of mirror for change of speed. Go on YouTube, watch some mock tests from some driving schools, you know, because averagely it takes 30 to 40 minutes for a driving test to be completed. So don't be in a rush to watch the videos. Take your time, practice them. So this is one of the things that really helped me. Okay, so that the most three things that helped me was, when I was driving, I made sure that I was driving in a standard way. I was not over speeding, because I wanted it to be part of me. Because some people be like, let me wait till a week before my driving test so I can start driving in a standard way, you know, the Niger way, you know, the African way. But no, don't do that. Make sure you drive in the standard way. Use the change of mirror in the right way, like, you know, your speed limit, the pedestrian crossings, the traffic signs, and all the rest of them. Okay, and watch videos. To watch videos, they're gonna help you. Okay, and also go online and gov.uk too and type, you will see the show me and tell me questions. Those things helps, because they have minor faults and serious faults. You are allowed up to 14 minor faults. Okay, but if you have one serious fault, you failed. But if you have, let's say, 4 different minor faults in one particular issue, they're gonna fail you. For instance, now in change of direction, or maybe reverse, you're making mistake. If you make the same mistake 4 times, they're gonna fail you. Okay, and practice very well on how to enter the roundabout, how to exit the roundabout, how to enter a junction. These things are very, very important. Okay, and build a confidence. All right, and when you're doing a driving test, don't be too serious. These people, they are human beings like you. Try and converse with them. Try and strike communication. You know, it builds your confidence. It makes you to relax too, so you don't make mistake. Okay, so these are the things that I did, and just one touch, and I just came through and I passed. Okay, some people have tried this thing 4 times, they failed. 5 times they failed. 2 times they failed. It costs 62 pounds for one driving test. Imagine if you fail 3 times. Oh man, that's too much, man. So guys, that is just it. Okay, so practice. That's the basic thing. Practice. Take your time. Don't rush. Don't say, no, don't do that. You're gonna fail. Because I found that people that failed mostly are those who knows how to drive before now, because they were so confident in themselves that they can pass, and they went there and they messed up big time. And you see new drivers that have not driven before, you know, they went in there and they passed one go. So don't be too confident and don't be too afraid, but make sure that you are doing the right thing. All right, so today we have come to the end of the whole series, how to drive in the UK. So like I said before, if you've not watched my first part, driving with international license, second part, getting a UK provisional license, third part, passing your theory test once and how to apply, please rush back and watch these videos. They're gonna help you, especially if you just entered the UK newly or you're trying to drive in the UK. It's gonna help you because there are a lot of laws that guys driving in the UK. If you make mistake, you may go to jail or you may get fined up to £1,000. That's so much, man. All right, so thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for following all through. I certainly do appreciate it, and keep watching Donracy's Diary. Bye, peace out.